knockdowns are a big problem here if we get caught by them. You can actually kind of track her too with the talisman. Yeah, water flow has been working beautifully here. So. Still on the first heal late in phase 2. It's really not a bad sign. Probably need to heal up again soon though. Oh, missed completely. That was bad. Okay. Okay, we gotta heal up. That was a sequence of jinxes there, I think. Okay, we're progressing nicely. We just haven't really had much of a chance to read the next phase yet. That's fixable with experience. That should get us in phase 3. Stream disconnected for a second. Are we back though, successfully? It looks like we are back, right? Let me just check. Yeah, okay. Well, we didn't beat the fight or anything, but we did get into phase 3. And that at least seems to have been successful. Seems like we've been back for about 2 minutes or so. I will check the VODs afterwards to see where we can fix the cut. But thanks for letting me know. Yeah, we got into phase 3, we just got back into this fight, and we're getting into phase 3 again relatively cleanly, so we haven't missed too much. Okay, so this is our second time seeing this. I don't know if the disconnection killed what I was saying earlier about this reminding me of a Kirby fight. Okay, no, try to dodge out and we couldn't. Because I was saying after the last attempt, I think that... Yeah, you heard all that? Okay, great, great. I think that's the only meaningful insight I brought to this so far. Apart from getting to see phase 3 for the second and third time. Yeah, so the disconnection was just for a second or so. Yeah, it's going to mess with the video cut, of course, but we'll deal with it later. At least it's not a massive internet outage like we saw in some recent weeks. Because we had some problems when I was doing the puzzle world in Mario Maker for sure. I want some of that health back. Let's see if we can get it back. We'll gradually replenish. But I can also slap for it. I would prefer to slap for it. Oh, lost that. Put the water seal on her if we can. Water flow. We need to heal. Missed it. Missed it again. Burning heals a little bit too quickly here. Last time we got up to phase 3 with basically full heals, and haven't been able to repeat that yet here. That's okay, got up to full there. Missed it. But you build up charges really quickly in this fight, so... Pop a heal, unfortunately. Getting into a bit of an untenable situation there. Really getting hit too hard here, actually. Run through way too much HP all in one go. It's okay. The difficulty with the next phase is just finding any opportunity to heal anyway, so... Got a surplus of health right now, as far as we know. Oh, missed it completely. Oh, come on. Yeah, it has been a messy phase too. Much worse than the last one. We know we can do it cleanly, we just haven't been demonstrating it. This should get us into phase 3, but we're kind of low right now when it comes to heals, so it's not a great situation to be in. Much worse than before, actually. It was a very messy second half to phase 2. Oh. Breaks the whole bunch of floor there. So yeah, we need to not be below her during that. Out of some power, and we have to get out of the middle. That's the thing, is that if you don't get out of the middle, then she just stomps you. That's okay. I would normally like to hit that and charge up, but you build up energy from parries so quickly in this one. Lots of opportunities to just drop damage on her. Missed everything. That's okay, we got lots of replenishment. Sloppy phase 1, but it doesn't look like it from the health bar. We disguised it. Heal up. I was at about half, but better to be safe. Just in case you get comboed down all the way all of a sudden, which has happened. Missed it. Still a lot clearer than the last time, though, that's for sure. Now, we don't really want to be at half health entering the next phase, so I should heal up when I can. Okay, phase 3. This time with 6 in the bank. It's not too bad, it's just that I don't have much opportunity to drop to heal. And we need to watch out for it when she does the center stomp. Which we haven't really discovered a method for dealing with yet. Because she does kind of stay centered on top of you. I think you actually need to do the deflection on it. Because she stays on top of you and tracks you. You can't actually run out of that. You think the bomb attack stinks? I guess it does. We've had stinkier things in this game, like all of the reprocessed poison that we've been ingesting as health. Yeah, we just don't know what to do with that attack yet, because, you know, if you're not at full health, it just takes you down like crazy. But it's clear, I think, that you actually do need to do the unbounded counter on it, because it is a red attack, and it looks very undodgeable. Unless it's just a matter of timing. But it does look very difficult to evade, at the very least. Oh, no. Okay, let's see what we can do here. We're at full charge, we don't really need those deflections if we go about this a little bit easier. Nope. Getting hit hard here. Heal up. This fell apart quickly. Yeah, we're suddenly down 2 heals that we weren't before. This went really badly all of a sudden, actually. Something was a little off rhythmically. Yeah, just burnt through a whole bank of heals there. Get us into phase 3. Okay, so assuming we need unbound counter for it, but then we need to dodge things on the side while we're doing it, which might be tricky. We'll see if that's actually true. Well, I just got comboed by everything there, so. Because they come in and swipe on the side, but if they're coming in to swipe on the side, then how do you even dodge that? Let's see, because we're making it over there decently well. I think I need to preemptively heal up to full health on that attack just so we can see what's going on. Because otherwise I die to it instantly. Okay. Near perfect phase 1, actually. Perfect phase 1, in fact. And that's what we need to do. Just need to blast through it quickly so we can get to the good stuff. That double hit is really throwing off my timing. And yeah, we just got swept like crazy. Just went full to nothing there. Just for missing so many blocks. We were doing so well too. Perfect phase 1 and then we just died instantly. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that double attack, even when we're just dealing with one attacker, that's been a timing issue, for sure. Phase 2. Oops. Trying to get a little too fancy there with the talisman, and I just missed everything. We keep missing that double hit. I need to find a heal opportunity soon. For now. Missed it. Missed a talisman rather. Wouldn't like to burn through so many heals, but that's the cost of my precision. Nope, was on the ground for that. That was an issue. There we go, phase 3. Now, like I was saying, we might need to be back up to full preemptively for this stomp. I should do it, actually. Even when we're burning a heal, we need to see the pattern properly. And we might not be able to do it if I'm just dying instantly. Because you get pretty much a full chunk taken off of that. Now, it is dodgeable. Side dodge with good timing. Side dodge with good timing. That's the way to do it. So... oh, wow, this is quite a stomp. Nope, got caught in the ground. Drop down on her. It's actually pretty clear where the main attack is coming from there. But you usually need to just hit until you hit somebody valid. Unfortunately, if we... nope. If we get knocked back, then you get hit. The thing is, you have to deflect both of the attacks from the side, otherwise you are in a knockback state. If you're in a knockback state, you get stomped. So if we hit the dodges accurately on the side attacks, we should actually be able to get out of that fine. That's the way to approach it. But if you're stunned, then that will not go. Oh, okay. Oh. reasonably successful here. Okay, phase 2. Oh, actually, dodged that for once, or blocked it. Nope, I was on the ground, unfortunately. I was trying to jump out. Didn't quite hit. Terrible. We're recovering a little bit at least. I'd have spoken too soon. Okay, we need a heal, and we need it soon. This should get us through. Absolutely need to heal here, just to get it to full. So yeah, if you block both of the side attacks, then you can dash out with good timing. That's the way to do it. And we just need to make sure that we can actually hit that. So let's see if we can hit that. So no need to dash side to side here. Dash. Good. That's about as well as we're going to do that, I think. Not quite perfect, but as long as you don't get in a knockback state, we can play. Nope. Missed everything. Okay, gotta heal, unfortunately. Same thing as before, just faster. And then you need to worry about the deflection phase afterwards. And, oh, caught her. Almost. At least tracked her position initially thanks to a talisman. Double hit is still being a problem. Okay. There we go. Block, block, dash. That's what it is. And we're a little low on heals right now. As long as we dodge well on this phase, we might make it through. Okay. Block, block, dash. And then we wait for more to come back. Oh, dashed the wrong way. Whoa, in big trouble here. Nope, I was trying to heal there, that was too soon. We needed to get back into safety. But we got most of that pattern. And we got her down halfway in that phase. It's an accuracy game at this phase. But I think in terms of our knowledge of the fight, we have what we need to know. Oh, yeah, okay, fine. That was imprecise, but some of that was recoverable. that triple shot attack specifically is like a good number of the fights that were in Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Very, very similar in terms of what needs to be done here with parry. So, with a triple parry that's rapid against projectiles. So no wonder it feels so familiar. Precision issues here. Gotta heal up. Yeah, the timing is still off. Rather fortunate that was one of the real targets there, since it got me out of a bit of dodging trouble that was about to head my way. Okay. Nope, my jump timing was off there. Whoa, we're in trouble. Let's wait for a proper healing opportunity. And that gets us into the next phase anyway. Anyway, it's going to be block, block, dash for the big downward attack. We'll get there. You're saying as far as 3-phase boss fights go, this was balanced super well. I think so too. The learning process is very responsive. Wow, I got whacked. Missed a dodge time. But in terms of pace at which you pick up new information, the kind of rhythm of learning things and executing them is something that proceeds at a very regular clip here. And we need to watch the block timing, because we know what to do at this phase, but the timing has been way off. The entire system of this game of differentiating between the healable and non-healable damage, with a couple of the modifiers from the Jades on top of that, that's, I think, a really interesting design, and we've started to appreciate it a lot more over the course of this stream. By building into the self-heal on the internal damage. Okay. Phase 1 really shouldn't be giving us trouble at this point, but we'll see. Could be better. The double swipe is really giving me problems. Stood too close for that. Nope, couldn't jump out of that in time. Nope. Dropped out a little too early there. Missed. On the talisman. Oops, got hit. Missed. That's way too much damage at once. Okay, let's not miss all the timings here. Very important. It's going to be block, block, dodge on the vertical attack. Let's just watch out for it and hit the timing accurately. Okay, good. Now this is where everything starts attacking. Haven't really been able to counter yet, though. No. The jump timing was off that time. I was trying to approach one in the corner, but the thing is, they scroll with the screen quite a bit. And so running around isn't really going to do it. You do need to watch your vertical position. Okay, very clean phase one. Let's keep going. I'm a little mesmerized by the background. We should maybe pay attention to that after I'm, actually doing the fight. But I was totally distracted by the background art there. Do I dare Unbound counter her red claw attacks in the third phase? I don't know if I have enough setup time to do it. I was considering it for sure. Because they do seem to have a bit of a long windup, but I don't know if it's long enough for my reaction time to catch up to them. I was absolutely thinking about that. Actually managed to block the double hit for once. Yeah, absolutely. We'll need to do that successfully to get through the fight cleanly. Red Knight, this fight took you a minute? Only a minute? Really? I know it's just a figure of speech, but still. We've been getting to phase 3 pretty regularly at this point. But okay, this has been sloppy. That was much sloppier than usual for me, actually. Yeah, that double hit causes all kinds of problems. Okay. Progressing anyway. The last phase gets pretty chaotic. We're getting into phase 3 pretty soon. I hope. Well, not if we play that badly. Really badly, in fact. Let's heal up. This is a fun fight, though. Very dynamic. And just visually so spectacular. Yeah, I see what's going on with the artwork now. It's the butterfly emerging from the chrysalis. That's what's going on. I thought it was a brain or something that was going on, but no, it is the butterfly emerging from the chrysalis, and that's the theme of the fight. Oh, that was close. Okay, block, dodge. Not the cleanest, but doable. You actually have a bit of a healing opportunity at the end of that. Okay, now we can drop that on her. Oh. Missed it. I came to the counter opportunity. There we go. Found one of her at last. Are we gonna catch her at all here? Nope. Come on, give me something. Okay, good. Oh, knockdown is a massive problem. Nope, was trying to find heal opportunity. I just missed a jump out of that last attack. You thought it was her downward slam you unbound countered. Yeah, I was thinking about that initially, but then I found a dodge timing, and I like the dodge timing a bit cleaner, because then you don't have to deal with everything on the side when you're trying to set it up, right? So... because I feel like it might be a bit troublesome to set up the unbound counter while you've got the two side swipe attacks coming in the same phase. In the same attack pattern, rather. So that was a really good attempt, I thought. We got her down to about half on the last phase. But then it fell apart a little bit all at once, as it tends to do. But we were doing reasonably. By the usual standard. But yeah, once you start missing some of the dodges and get hit by knockdowns, then things really can go south all at once. That's how we do. Yeah, that double swipe causes so many issues. Oh, missed it completely. That was such an easy one to hit, too. We'll have to drop a heal on this, unfortunately. Okay, can't quite reach. There we go, finally. Getting some replenishment off of this, at least. Oh, missed it completely. That was awkward. We're going to need to heal up between phases, and I didn't even get to phase 3 this time. I was trying to hold off to heal until the phase transition, so we'd have a clear opportunity, but I just needed maybe one more hit on her there. First time in a while that we didn't get a phase 3, actually. So that was a bit sloppy, but we'll see. Yeah, in the second phase, when you hit the real one, usually it actually takes a while to kind of take the black off her face and make her vulnerable. We don't always notice it because if I do a charged hit, then it actually opens her up and stuns her right away, I think. Which is why, because I'm usually prepping the charge hit, we don't always respect that nuance, I guess. See, just like that. I need to heal up. Double swipe. So many problems with that. Sometimes you can get a little bit fortunate with where you catch the real one. Can't always depend on that. Okay, next phase. Not at full health, but since we know the block dodge pattern on the downward attack, I think we'll risk it. Find another healing opportunity a bit later. Just to conserve a bit. Oh, you can actually hit her on the way down too, I'm just missing it. But then the one who does the downward sweep from the side, I think, is usually the real one that you can hit. Not sure if that's consistently the case, but we'll find out. Okay, getting too many hits here. No. I was off the ground, we just didn't get the jump opportunity properly. That was getting closer. Again, having enough heals in the last phase currently is not the problem, but finding the opportunities to top off and just not taking so much damage are the issues. But we're not under-resourced for heals or anything, I don't think, the way we're playing right now. We're just taking too much damage. I almost wonder if I should risk going for the more powerful charge. That takes 3 points though, and we need a replenishment right now, so I don't know which Jades would take off to make room for it. Can't afford to miss these, they're easy. No, too close to the ground at the time. Okay, we're in trouble. Let's try to make it out this phase alive. Yeah, that double hit again. Being a problem. Okay, only burned 2 heals so far. Could be worse. We do know from experience this fight can deteriorate very quickly. Phase 3. Who do I think was harder, Jiquan or... Well, we'll answer the question in just a little bit. Let me try to get through this first. Yeah, so as you're going down, you can actually have a clear opportunity to hit. Oh, nope. That's a bit of a long, slow sweep. You can technically try to go for the deflection of that. No, the knockback hit me that time. I was trying to heal there and it was too late. It's okay, we have enough heals to survive that at least one more cycle. We didn't get one shot at least. Yeah, you can kind of do a triple bounce in that. Whoop. Bad healing timing. Bad healing timing. Yeah. Knockbacks have been getting really crazy here. Okay, have to heal. No, no, no. Just getting comboed down by everything here? Nope. Well, maybe it's a bit of a difference in the way that we've been building the character, like the way that I've depended very heavily on the self-heal for this fight. I found Jiquan to be less forgiving, actually, in spite of the fact that we're not through this fight yet. But generally that was because the unbounded counter timing that was practically required in that fight I found very difficult to hit. This fight seems to have given me more options for flexibility in terms of choosing when I use the unbounded counter and when I don't. There's less in terms of a hard technical requirement for a specific thing that you must do. I mean, Jiquan has a bunch of flexibility to him as well, but we were maybe kind of locked into a particular way of playing that fight that was dependent on the charge as my main counter. And, you know, that's just a risk I absorbed in doing it that way. Okay, let's heal red health first so I can get as much going before we have to pop the pot. Give the pipe a smoke. Oh, dodged the wrong way almost, but yeah, we stabilized. Need to heal up soon. No, it didn't. Knockdown just completely wrecked me there. I actually still haven't built into the Swift Rise yet, even though we technically have the points for it, which I might have to consider spending, because the knockback has been one of the bigger issues for us here. But yeah, I mean, we're getting to phase 3 consistently enough that the progress has been very steady on this fight. And it's absolutely manageable, we just need to be cleaner. Like I said, the knowledge barrier has already been surmounted. We're doing the fight rather than just learning the fight now, and so... At least with what we've seen so far. Isn't the music just wonderful, too, on the boss fights in general in this game? Really completes the experience. Nope. No, bad position there. Just really awkward positioning. No, I was trying to block that. The blocks were imprecise. I was trying to look for healing opportunity, but we couldn't stay long enough. Stay alive long enough, rather, to get that off. So, because I was thinking, okay, if I just block cleanly, I can recover a little bit of red health, and then if we do that, then we can heal up almost to full, but that was playing much too risky there. Very clean phase 1, though, and then it was clean for a while in phase 2, and then, again, if it falls apart, then the rhythm just falls off, and everything collapses from there, so... Oh. Very imprecise. Unfortunately. But we'll have enough waiting time here to get red health back. The double swipe is such a problem. But we need to find a healing timing here. Like right now. Usually not deflecting both of them. Oh. Stable for a little while. Let's try to keep it up. Yeah, the fact that we're not worried about the energy generation for water flow in this fight has also been extremely helpful. That we get so many parries off before we even get a hit that it has actually worked out really quite well. Okay, should we dare not healing up at this point? I think we'll dare. Just to economize a little bit. As long as we don't get one shot. Because if we do get hit by the downward strike, this will be the end of the attempt. Right here. So, have to be pretty careful. Okay. Oh, there we go. Just end up a little bit low there, but... There we go. Got a few hits in. Not very many, but... Yeah, we just dodged, or rather do the aerial block 3 times in a row there. That actually works out. Oh, got caught. Yeah, I just need to do the aerial blocks in sequence. Jump off of them like platforms. That double swipe. Coming in everywhere. Coming in hot. Well, we are burning through our heals a little bit quickly here. The important thing is, still alive. Let's see, didn't do too much damage that round, unfortunately. Before burning my heal. We had the double attack coming in everywhere. And we just missed every single one of them. Artpop, you said you also felt like the bosses in this game were designed so well, you always blamed yourself when you would lose rather than the boss being cheap. Yeah, that's been a consistent mark of its quality. I feel like the standard of boss design in this genre in general has become very, very high. That we're seeing lots of different developers now have a good, consistent understanding of how to do that. It's still a hard thing to do, and they should be commended for doing it. But it's meeting what has been a very high bar in recent memory, I think, with a lot of fights really hitting the sweet spot when it comes to difficulty tuning. And balancing learning time with execution time, essentially. Sometimes you just have to be quick. Sometimes you can get away with just being a little more strategic. That double swipe. But yeah, definitely the resource management mechanics in this game have been a real treat. And they're kind of the heart and soul of the balancing here. Oh, whoops. Trying to find a heal opportunity. I'll have to be here. Run through 2 heals in this phase already, that's not great. Because we were definitely running out on the next phase. No, just awful timing all around. But the fact that you have this idea in this game of designing around a partial block, like a partially successful block, I think is very interesting. That, you know, you see a lot of games that give you some kind of bonus for a perfect parry. This game, you're kind of expected to do it perfectly, but then there is this incrementalism too. Saying that if you miss slightly, okay, you have a chance to get that back. Get some of that health back. We actually have a chance to drop the talisman on that, or the pattern 2, in fact. The knockdown has been a problem here. Yeah, no, the knockdown just kills you. You have to block. You were saying that was a personal best for me a couple of events ago. I haven't been watching the life bar carefully enough to see. I know that we've gotten the boss down on the last phase to about maybe 40% or so. I don't know if we got much further than that. But we had some good runs for sure. If we can get back to doing phase 2 a little more cleanly so we don't burn so many heals, that would be great. But we'll see. We need to not get hit by the double swipe so much. That's been the deadliest thing here for me. Because I found that timing difficult to read. Yeah, it's not until you take the black fog off her face, even when she is vulnerable, that you stop the illusions from also attacking you. And so you do need to damage her quickly, even when she can't be swiped. Nope. Oh, misread that one as the real one. Okay, could be worse. Should be getting phase 3 pretty soon. Like right now. Okay, let's try not to get hit by the knockdown this time. You have to hit both blocks. And dodge. You can actually take her down quite a bit there. Relatively speaking. Oh, got caught. No, just got caught. And just comboed down from full, almost. Yeah, all about consistency, as you were saying. It's okay, it's all about phase 3 at this point. I mean, the more consistent we are getting to it, the better, but... Again, it's not like we're short on heals, we're short on blocks. Accurate blocks. Anyway, let's watch it. Sometimes we just need to be fortunate about when she is vulnerable. Oh, missed my block that time. That was kind of bad. We'll need to pop another heal soon, unfortunately. There we go. Healed for sure this time. Phase 3. Okay, let's hit both blocks and a dodge. Try to get through the beginning of this, so we don't get swiped down all at once. Nope. bit of a problem here. Nope. The blocks were too imprecise. If we actually managed to hit any of those, I would have had my healing opportunity, and instead we just got cut down from full all at once. Any reason I'm not using the bow? It hasn't really been a habit. I haven't found a good opportunity for it, to be honest. And given the low ammo on it just hasn't really been part of our habit in this game. I think maybe that's just a consequence of my doing the technical first boss second, was that we just got so accustomed to playing this whole game without the bow that the use cases for it have not felt very natural to me just yet, but that might be a bit of a blind spot in how we're playing this for sure. Yeah, you like it as a finishing move. Good work. I feel like it's been more useful for crowd control in big group fights. But again, I'm almost certainly just underusing it. Oh, missed it. No, just the timing on blocking the double hit has been such a problem. And it is absolutely the thing that's been killing us in both phases 2 and 3. The other reason I'm not really in the habit of using the bow is because I am in the habit of charging up constantly on the Y button, and so I don't really usually have my thumb handy for tapping the bow, because I'm pretty much building into the charge attack all the time. But again, it's just not been a habit, I guess. Possibly to our detriment. Caught a little bit here. Oh, wow. It dodged very poorly here. We will need to heal. That was a bit of a directional issue. Nope, couldn't get off the ground. No. Running out of trouble here. But a detonation there gets us in phase 3. Only 2 heals down so far. It could be worse. But again, getting comboed down from full to nothing here has been more of an obstacle than not having heals. Oh, dropped down too low. Yeah, the one who's doing the diagonal swipe is consistently hittable. I'm gonna heal soon. No. Late on a dodge. I saw that it was at half health. I didn't really have time to heal. I really needed to nail that dodge, and we were otherwise actually doing fine. We were getting her down to half on that attempt as well, so we'll get it. Despite having taken longer on this fight at this point than we did with Jiquan, I actually do think that this is technically an easier fight to execute. It does seem more forgiving. It's just that I've been sloppy. I say that now, of course, but who knows how much longer we'll be here. Oh, yeah. That's okay. That's all healable. In theory. And we are indeed back to full. That attack just destroys me here. Well, fortunately, got her right away. Yeah, there's a particular rhythm to the triple shot. Okay, I need to get a heal opportunity here. Nope, got hit by everything. Okay, we can try to get it back. We need to heal here. Otherwise we'll get caught by the first stomp. So yeah, down to 5 heals unfortunately, but again, just surviving here has been a bigger problem. Nope, couldn't get off the ground. No, and we just got comboed in a knockdown. Yeah, Art Pop, you said the same thing about the difficulty, and then you spent 3 hours in this fight. Yeah, we've fallen into that trap before, that's for sure. It honestly doesn't seem too bad. It seems within reach. We just need to put in the work. Clean it up a little bit. margin of error is rather generous. Phase 3 mostly just doesn't give you much time to heal. That's the issue that we've been running into. That we take too much damage before we get a chance to take a breather, but yeah, I've definitely had some issues in this game with sometimes not getting off the ground with a jump when I expect to. I think it's probably just something with landing lag from certain combos and moves that we're not planning for. But there are definitely times when I'm trying to jump away from a low red attack and missing the jump. We're probably just pressing too many buttons at once or something. Whoa, that was a bad phase 2 there. And yeah, Red Knight, a number of these attempts have looked very reasonable. It's just that sometimes we get comboed down instantly from just having one really bad knockdown somewhere, and that just needs to be avoided. But it feels very much within reach. And I'm comfortable with the setup we have currently. I don't think it needs to be changed. That I'm building heavily around self-sustain. So I don't think that really needs a rethink or anything. At least not yet. See how much better it goes when you touch, or rather block the double swipe. Makes all the difference. Ooh, yikes. That was awful. But it is recoverable in theory. Until, of course, you missed a double swipe. And yeah, that was whiffing the jump. I had that happen a few times, too many. For a healing window here. Nope. I find that really difficult to block for some reason. It's hard to read whether I'm going too early or too late on it. But sometimes I'm just caught out of position when the first part of the double hit comes in. And if I miss on the first part of it, it's likely to throw off my rhythm for the second part. Because we've been caught off guard by it quite a few times. It is not a very long tell compared to a lot of the other attacks. At least we're getting some clean phase 1s from time to time. Yeah, the tell is that it's a white flash from a low position. We know that, but it's still hard to deal with. Oh, wow, got hit by everything. Facing the wrong way there, too. It's hard to see. Or rather, you can kind of see the teleport into the low position, but then the timing is actually so quick on it. This whole sequence today has been great, though. Whoops. Okay, imperfect. Took a little bit too much damage at the start, but we'll try to get back into something reasonable. Sometimes we're just facing the wrong way for that. Oh, wrong way. Yeah, even if we're trying to hit something or the triple shots, it's more important to get into the right facing direction early. It's too much of a problem if you don't do it, so. Oh, standing too close. That was too risky. The rhythm has really been thrown off here. Burnt 2 heals already, and we're likely to burn a 3rd. Yeah, because missing the facing direction on the first of the triple shot has been a repeated problem, so. If you plan around the facing direction, look how much better it goes. Just try to anticipate it. Whoops. No, and then it's the same kind of attack, just always the same thing with a double swipe. Didn't even get to phase 3 that time. Maybe I shouldn't be banking the skill points for the 3-pointer that we've been saving up for. I've been saving up for trying to get the cheap water flow, because it would be so impactful. Maybe that's not the right idea. And we just need something to get us over the line for this fight. But we'll see. I mean, it's doable in its current state. Just need to be cleaner. Oh, missed it completely. I can't believe how hard it is to hit that first dodge. Like, it might be an issue again with not facing to the right direction quickly enough, but the aerial dodge should be omnidirectional, right? Like, the issue is absolutely just timing and just reading it too late. Because it's the same attack that's been clawing us down every time. Bit of a mistake right off the bat here, but try to stay alive. Make up for it. Anyway, let's wait for it. Precise. No. The first block is really whiffing on a double hit, and I always feel out of position for it. And if you get knocked down from it, then all of the subsequent timings get thrown off. Okay, this one's just going to go cleanly at least. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. Could be worse. Nope. Once again, have to plan around the facing direction. You can't be too aggressive. Missed. We'll need to pop a heal soon. No, missed that. That was supposed to be a jump. It was a very obvious jump. I just misread it. Well, mistake right off the bat. So let's get a head back in the game here. Okay, too bad about that mistake right on the first hit, but after that it was clean. Nope, out of position. Okay. Stabilizing somewhat here, but we'll see. Double swipe is the biggest problem. And continues to be true. That's the thing we're having the most trouble with. But at least we've replenished a lot of that health. That was in red. Nope, missed my jump. And that went south really quickly. All apart all at once. least we're not getting hit on the first stomp this time. Okay, clean phase 1, and we're through. Yeah, we definitely hit a rough patch with some of the attempts here in terms of not even getting back to phase 3, but... it's okay, rough patches will happen. Well, we've been very fortunate not to be hit by very many side swipes in this one yet. No. Like I was saying, once they started coming in, then everything just blew up. I knew it was coming too. We said it. I knew that we were overdue for that in the pattern, and then we still missed every block. Nope. Getting a bit sloppy. Anyway, perfect phase 1 at least, but that should be the expectation by now. Slight hit there, but it could be worse. Nope, wrong way. Got a little bit late out of there, didn't do enough damage to stop the attack pattern. That's why we need to charge up all the time, is because then we interrupt the attack pattern as soon as possible. Because it isn't instant when you attack in. You do need to do enough damage to start interrupting. Oh, we actually dodged under that this time. Quite by accident. I think we'd better burn a heal preemptively here. Even if it's not the most efficient. Haven't seen phase 3 in too long. Missed a talisman. Now let's start blocking. It was sloppy, but I'll try to get back into it. Got hit by everything. What did we say earlier about anticipating facing direction onto triple shot? You need to heed that advice. Nope, I was trying to heal, I was late. Just a moment late. We've done the heal and dodge before on that, but that was just moments too late. And considering how badly phase 3 was going that time, we actually chipped off a good chunk of health. And you see, it doesn't take that much. Offensively, we have enough power. We can absolutely do this. And that was the best attempt in a while after a lot of a rough patch. The heal timings were surprisingly available that time. But there's a lot we can still improve when it comes to the blocking itself. Yeah, the triple shot has actually turned out to be a bigger problem than I anticipated when it comes to the blocking, usually because we're just out of position on the first hit. We don't want to curve the triple shot in such a way that we can't block by being in the wrong position and leading it under or something. By mistake. Missed a talisman. Sometimes you just have to pick one. Can't always go for every target. Nope. Hopefully I can replenish that soon. Nope. Well, we were at full, not anymore. No. We're missing a lot now. Again, just a bit of a rough patch. We can weather it. No, I didn't know that was going to stay alive for so long. That projectile there. We have to heal up. Too bad. 3 heals down already. But we'll manage. Not just the blocks. They're going to come down. We need to hit both. Oh, missed a dodge, though. Terrible. Absolutely have to hit the dodge if we're doing it that way. Yeah, too bad we have to pop a heal sometimes when I'd rather be attacking, but that's just the way it goes when you're just imprecise. pop a heal this soon, but we might have to. That's the last heal, so no more room for error from this point. I say as I make a massive mistake. Probably going to die, but yeah, much too low. We got into phase 3 in a bit of a bad state that time anyway, having already burnt 3 heals at that point. We really should be doing better. That time around it was just running out of juice. I actually did hit the heals in the right timing. But we ran out of resources after whiffing enough blocks. Yeah, oddly the personal best, as you're saying, Artpop. That is true, despite how sloppy it looked. That is looking doable, it's just all consistency. I'm just not getting too far off the pattern from everything going on. Just not being overwhelmed by the amount of information coming in. Sometimes we miss some opportunities, that's okay, we just need to work around it. Well, we've been given some fortunate patterns this time. Can't always rely on that. Have to pop all this since we can. Okay. One heal down and a bit of the bar going into phase 3. Clearly an improvement on last time, but we do need to not get stomped at the very beginning. Otherwise that is going to take me out completely, I think. Let's watch the block timing here. We need to heal. Missed a talisman. Prioritize defense for this. No, wrong way. Didn't get completely combo down at that time, and we can replenish at least some of the damage we took in the first hit. No, we'll need to heal. You know, the extra aerial parries actually helped me quite a bit that time in terms of giving me a really clean position to work with. Let's not fall apart here. No, we were so close. I saw the health bar. I saw how close we were. But the sideswipe combo there in both directions took me down pretty instantly. That was the best attempt yet, actually. I saw how close we were. We just needed really one good cycle to have a clean swipe, but one that comes down on the diagonal sweep. The Angry Sun pattern, I keep thinking of it as that, you know, with the low sweeping crescent. That was looking really plausible. We even had heals in the bank at that point. And we have the method worked out. It's just all the execution. I got caught by the red projectiles quite a bit that time, though, in terms of not being able to air dodge out of them very accurately, so that's something to improve. Got hit, but got some replenishment at least. Want a nice low angle against the triple shot, so you can have a very clear angle for the response. Whoops. No, got comboed like crazy. No, that fell apart. Yeah, we might have gotten caught health bar watching on that one. That was quite close. I mean, not really. It was definitely ripe for a bit of a jinx, though. When it comes to knowing that you shouldn't choke on the attack that you know is heading your way. And doing it anyway. Because you know that you're close. And that you might be inclined sometimes with the boss low health to play a bit risky. That would, of course, be a mistake. What a fun fight, though. It's been a pleasure to learn this. Dash true. That maybe dashing through it is actually a better answer than just trying to do double deflect. But I can't always read it that way, that's the problem. Oh, actually got it that time. I was just about to turn around to try to deflect the triple projectile, but... Ooh, got caught by a bunch of stuff. We need the next available heal. Too slow that time. Or rather, didn't charge up. No, got caught by too much stuff. Wow, no, that was a big mistake. Thinking I'd swipe into that downward attack. This has been a bad phase too. Worse than usual. We'll play through it anyway, you know, just to see what happens, but we definitely have some ground to recover. Yeah, 3 heals already, that's not great. That should get us through to the next phase, though. Well, we'll see. About a number of attempts remaining. Not going to think too hard about that. We hope. Nope, missed my side dash. Have to heal here, unfortunately. I'd like to deal damage. Nope, missed it. You have to tap all three. We just couldn't. So unfortunately we burned 2 heals right away, which is terrible. Yeah, we took way too much damage. Just ate through 3 heals without really doing much at all. Make that 4. Get a side swipe. Destroying everything as usual. We're gonna be down to no heals. I have to do it though. Unfortunately. No. Yeah, we're completely off pattern here. I know that on that set of 3 low attacks, the third one is hittable. We were just completely off pattern in that phase 3. Yeah, Red Knight, that is an excellent choice of emote. Gonna break out that bubble tea that is permanently attached to your chest. Oh, wait, hang on. That was a chat distraction thing. Didn't realize I'd started the fight. Okay, anyway. Let's try to recover from that. Okay. Okay, let's see what we can do. A bit rough. Don't look how much damage we've already taken on this. But well, let's see what we can do. Yeah. Not great. But we can get that back. Not the worst phase 2 so far, but let's not speak too soon before it's actually over. Okay, not the worst phase 2. 1 heal down with a full bar. Actually pretty good. Actually not bad. Let's not second guess ourselves here when it comes to the button presses. Let's just get the timing down. Prioritize defense on this. No. I was in midair because I was too busy dealing with the orb that was still out in the wild. And then we just got smacked. I had a knockback. Yeah, because dealing with the orbs threw off my timing for dodging the rest, and then that just takes you down instantly. We were doing so well too. We were at full bar 1 heal down after phase 2. But didn't deal with the orb until much too late. And that got in the way in spectacular fashion. It was such a good attempt up to that point. Yeah, always prioritize defense for the triple shot, I would say. Otherwise you have facing direction issues. The first swipe always gets me. No. And yeah, just got down and comboed. That 5 attempt bet earlier was not looking good. Not that we have money riding on this, but we'd like to make it happen. Yeah, I take back what I said earlier about this not being the hardest fight in the game. I think objectively in terms of time spent on attempts, clearly there's a lot to work on here, but we'll see. That's okay. 2 to 3 hours of progression, still within reason for me in this genre, I think. And that we've clearly had worse. Stunned to linger a little bit even after teleport. Sometimes we see that. I don't know why the first swipe is so hard to block. Clearly not going to be the best attempt this time, just given how much damage we're taking already, but heal up preemptively. Might be a bit early on it, but that's okay. Okay, that should get us through. 2 heals down, unfortunately. Let's see how we do. close one there in terms of how far down I was in damage. Yeah, I shouldn't have taken that much damage that time either. That's an easy dodge phase, relatively speaking. What did I say about prioritizing the block here? Yikes. It's terrible. Let's get 3 heals left. No. And once again, I just didn't have enough time to land to get the next jump going. And once you're off pattern from things like the knockbacks, then it's difficult to get back on. But again, we got phase 3 under half. The damage output has not been the issue. We just need to stay alive long enough to maybe have one additional cycle. Wow, what a bad start. Yeah, we did get eaten alive by a lot of the blue projectiles that time in the last attempt, so we should fix that as well. Very messy phase 1. We should be getting out of phase 1 perfectly. And it's a big problem that we're not. And again. We'll need to pop another heal soon, but let's see if we can last a bit longer first, just to make it a bit more efficient. No, probably not. Just heal now. Yeah. Bit rough this time. That third one just curled around. Hit me anyway. This has been a really bad phase 2, actually. We're not only at about half, and we're already burning 3 heals. Actually kind of dreadful for phase 2. Relative to our usual benchmark. Yeah, we shouldn't be burning 3 heals here. 3 heals down is way too many. But again, we just need to survive enough here to not depend on that so much. There are definitely parts of this pattern where I'm attacking too aggressively. That's not quite working out. Nope, you have to hit all 3 because the third one is what can't be damaged. There we go. Missed the talisman though. Dodged the wrong way. One more heal. There we go. Given how badly that attempt started, we did make up for a good amount of lost ground. But there it is. Thank you for the GGs. Took, oh, I don't know, probably about 2.5 hours in this one. That's okay. That's just what the harder end of a game like this should be, I think. And it was very satisfying to learn, very satisfying to play through. And a lot of the parts of the pattern we had trouble with all the way to the end, but there we are. I'm sorry you had to see me like this, Yi. I don't know how this happened. I already cut off all life support systems in my vital sanctum, but I couldn't wake up from that nightmare. Someone out there wants you alive and had your brain hooked back into your vital sanctum. None of it matters now. At the beginning I was puzzled. I specifically designed the system so that people could sleep peacefully. Why would I be experiencing nightmares? Maybe punishing myself became the only way I could comfort myself. It wasn't until you arrived that I realized I just wanted this wound to be seen. And thank you, Red Knight, as well, for the GG. Someone had to condemn me to put an end to all this. I didn't expect to hear that from you. I'm glad I was able to talk to you like this before the end. Yeah, wonderful fight. I have faced my sins. Now it's your turn. But it's always enjoyable to have a fight like that where, you know, you can make a lot of mistakes, but then you can still feel like, okay, I'm not completely dead. I just need to be perfect from this point. And the ability to make up for mistakes, I think, is a virtue of fights that last long enough with recovery mechanics flexible enough to accommodate that push and pull. Today is finally the day the Azure Flyer takes to the skies. It's Mystic Nymph. You said you'd let me choose the name. So yeah, I thought they were building a flying machine or something, and I guess technically the Mystic Nymph just does count. Because it was definitely a mystery up to this point exactly what was going on with it, but that does solve a few things here when it comes to the backstory. Right. Well, the last few months were arduous, but it's finally ready now. I just need to inject rhizomatic energy into its azure substrate. Once it stabilizes, our Mystic Nymph will come alive. But Yi, there's something I've been kind of scared to bring up. The other day I heard the roots crying out. It said that it couldn't breathe. Is it really okay for us to do this experiment? You with that nonsense again? Don't worry, I checked and rechecked my calculations countless times. Besides, if something does go wrong, it'll be a good learning experience. That's the essence of experimentation, understand? Not really. Like talking to a brick wall. Just sit there and watch. I'm gonna flip the switch. What's going on? Yi? Please, stop. Damn it. Well, that didn't work out, but we know the Mystic Nymph makes it out all right at the end, right? Just at the expense of everything else, it seems. Wow, that is really quite garish. But then that explains why we had it revealed in the sequence today that we have something affixed to our heart. Real Iron Man device. Anyway, let's not talk too much over this scene. It's supposed to be weepy. But it does reveal quite a bit about Yi's connection to the root system and ability to revive and how that's all connected to the circular centerpiece that we have on his chest. Anyway, here's the seal of Lady Ethereal. And we will, in fact, get something to absorb on the left in just a moment. My lord, sorry to bother you once again, but something at the Four Seasons Pavilion requires your attention. What's wrong? I've detected anomalies in the root node once again. It's affecting the power supply in the zone. This is a matter of great importance. I wouldn't dare make any brash decision without your expertise. Again. Okay, I'll return as soon as possible. Anyway, we got 4 points at this point. Well, so we'll definitely plug in enhanced water flow. We've been looking forward to this one, and we're built on water flow already anyway, so. And the thing is, yeah. That'll be fine. So, let's rest up for a moment, and then I don't know if there's anything else to inspect here. We never did map it out. But I suppose we don't have much choice but to follow the quest, so let's go back and do it. We can change out a few things in the meantime. This worked out really well, though, when it comes to replenishment. We should think about that build when we're not going for the very offensively oriented charge. Oh, I still have one slot. Let's see. Okay, so let's just go back, I guess. Oh, actually, you don't have the teleport available right now because something is wrong there. Luckily, it's a very short run back. And I guess we are required to go back manually after grabbing a map. Yellow, entwine a subprime eternity amongst the Everlean foothills. New Kunlun, the Fekan home of your streams. What's your game? I'm Yi. Rice, well met. You finally focused me. So savvy. I kept walking to you, but you kept ignobling me. Reflex and make yourself at home. Entwine a subprime eternity amongst the Everlean soot hills. New Kunlun, the Fekan home of your streams. What's your game? I think you might have a habit of malapropism here, but are you damaged in any way? No, myself. Apoptosis found no tissues. I'm light as Lane. No mirrors dejected in the cortex center. Operations in each brain room are also punning smoothly. Punning very smoothly indeed. The 95th livestock pen has been destroyed by an outsized course. Total tenacity and soulscape operations have not been defected. The third ape-man brain harvest this treason has occluded. They have all been expressfully put online. Yeah, was it the third or the thrift? In any grace, our computation capacity is omniscient. I have no idea. You balked Mac and North in front of me a few times. You looked like something waved you a fright. You ignored me even when I hauled out to you. I'm so glad you can see me now. Yay. Goodbye. Rai, plumb again. This is obviously something that we are delighted to read aloud. Do I have cash currently? No, although it would be kind of a shame to rip this one's chip out, given that we just love hearing him talk. What's wrong? My map fed a chip? If I save that to you, I won't be able to groove anymore. Will you accept a copy? I can shake you a copy for just 400 Jin. Do you have any honey? We can hang out some more. I like this one well enough that I actually want to pay 400 just to keep it alive and talk to it. Again, I don't know if it gets any material difference in the long run, because we did rip out one of these map stations and we paid for the rest. I am able to sell something to pay 400 for it. So I think I actually want to. We'll just not forget to do it. Oh, I have to keep moving because we can't afford. But I actually kind of want to pay this one. Just to hear him talk. And then we can get the collectible count in that zone. Anyway, let's see what kind of trouble awaits us. Oh, he's still playing with his virtual reality machine. Let's take care of the map chip first. If we're allowed. I'm just gonna trade in here. Just one piece will do. And we'll go back. Since we're not interrupted by any cutscene here yet. And then we'll cash in a map chip and then talk to all the NPCs. Oh, we're not allowed to leave yet? You forget your servant's entity the moment you turned around. What? Of course I haven't. You said, you know, the root node in the pavilion. You really did forget. This is a critical issue. Please inspect it before you depart. Do I have to? I guess I have to. Alright, let's talk to everyone first. I miss you too. How long has the kid been in there?
Okay.
My lord, it has been over 5 hours. Not good. Stay back. I'm going to wake him up. Oh, you have to hack him. Wake up. Can you hear me? Can you see? Do you know who I am?
Huh?
Yi, Abacus, Uncle Chubby? When did you guys get here? Come to your senses. Your eyes are bloodshot and your lips are chalk white. How long have you been sitting? When did you last drink water? What happened? What did you see? What? Nothing. I was just talking to Mom and Dad. As for how long, it feels like it's been several days. We were just talking about what to eat for dinner. Weird. Where did they go? He is beginning to confuse the virtual world with the real world. It is a typical early symptom of disillusion syndrome. What do you mean? Are they gone? Oh. Don't wear that thing for too long. It might make you sick, understand? A kid isn't going to understand that. Besides, he just wanted to see his mom and dad. I mean, he's a... No, maybe I should put it away. Hey, I was halfway through one of the games. Can we keep it here? I won't use it for that long again, I promise. And also promise me that for every 30 minutes you're in there, you'll come out and walk around for at least 10 minutes. Abacus, keep an eye on him. As you command, my lord. And here I am thinking a 5-hour sit in front of the screen is a perfectly fine length for a stream. What are you thinking about?
Mm.
Last night's dream.
答应秋
Mom,
饭。
Dad, Uncle Chubby, everyone was there. We were sitting around a fire roasting marshmallows. It was a great dream. Do you have dreams often? Not anymore. Maybe because I've been sleeping for too long. I heard about what happened with Lady Ethereal. Thank goodness you were able to escape. How much did she resent you to have to lock you in her soulscape? Now that I think about it, maybe it was the opposite. She probably did it because she thought I would understand what she was going through. Really, what a pity. Among this group of lunatics, Lady Ethereal was the only one you could have a normal conversation with. Perhaps we're all responsible for her descent into madness. At least she won't have nightmares anymore. We'll look at a root note in a moment. Let's just get more talking done first. Over the past century, I've studied and observed Solarian behaviors as much as is possible. However, there is one thing I am unable to mimic. You know what it is. Acts of violence? That is what I choose not to do, not what I cannot do. It's dreams. Artificial beings like myself are unable to dream. I tried limiting my performance and shutting down to induced fainting, but dreams have never come to me. I get why it might seem attractive to you, but there's no need to think much of it. You don't always get to have good dreams. Okay, let's look at a root. What's wrong with this thing? New ability? Or something else that we have to untangle? Double jump! Well, given our map progression, I was thinking this had to come soon. Rough and jagged terrain. I need to think of something.
Oh.
Looks like you also made it, my friend. Not bad.
Oh.
What haste. It's as if I have transcended all physical constraints with this technique. It took 20 cycles for this Feng Shi to develop these skills. I can now say that my training has finally concluded. Okay. Cloud Leap. Well, that is very significant for opening up the map once again, given all the double jump blocks that we've hit. Okay, got a familiar movement toolkit back in play. Let's continue in here and see why we're still here with Lear. Do you recall now, fellow disciple? I did say I've met you before. That warrior just now, that was you? Yes. Thanks to your guidance, these Feng Shi combat skills helped to save countless lives. This space has left me utterly perplexed. Wait, are you really Lear? Yours truly has long abandoned that name. It says, while labeling the character as Lear. So I've actually been talking to a ghost. The way I see it, you abandoned much more than just your name all those years ago. And why would you put it that way? You led the Fengshi to isolation and advocated ruling through inaction. By sealing scientific progress in Penglai for hundreds of years, you have made it difficult for this generation of scientists to move forward. Is that the verdict future generations have placed on me? That is the verdict I have placed on you. To be perfectly honest, I have never ceased to reflect upon my actions. I'm here not only to seek the Tao, but also to repent. Don't blame yourself too much. At least you once brought peace to Penglai. As chaos emerged once again. My attempt was indeed just a drop in the ocean of the infinite Tao. This is not a trivial crisis. Would you like to save our fellow Solarians once again with me? Haha. I have left the mortal coil for far too long. These old bones of mine have become far too wary to do much of anything. Moreover, I have stayed for too long in this limitless realm. I can no longer return to the present world. That can happen. And I better get moving. I don't want to get trapped here. It's a shame, really. I still have so many questions for you. May we meet again under the auspices of the Great Tao. If all that awaits is the void, why cling to a single idea? So does that mean that's our last upgrade from within the roots? It might be. But anyway, we can now see about that treasure that was on the right side. We'll go back for that map too when we can. Also, I can't quite reach yet, so maybe I need to drop in from traversing over the top or something. We'll find out. Why are you here, Yi? Indulge me for a game of Qiankun. I've been practicing with Abacus while you were away. I might even be able to tie with you this time. Have a little more faith in yourself. Let's start. Really? Then I'm going for it. Let me see. I'm going to take all the corners first. So Qiankun is essentially like go, I think. As far as we can tell. Yi, are you okay? What? What about me? I don't know. I think something's on your mind. My mind? No, everything's fine. You're lying. I know that much at least. It's complicated. Do you think there are actual villains in this world? Yeah, that Yuquan guy who captured you was pretty villainous. Do you think that way because he hurt me? Yeah, he bullied you a whole lot. If I had hurt a lot of people in the past, wouldn't that make me just as bad as Jikuan? Are you worried you're becoming a villain? I mean, I don't think a real villain would be worried about that. Really. Wait, this setup. How did you know to play here? What's wrong? Nothing at all. That was an ingenious move. I can't explain it, but sometimes I'm just playing by feel. By feel? I've never been one to do things just by feel. Maybe that's why things have been so tough for you. What do you mean? Maybe most things aren't that complicated. You just have to try your best. Plus, it must be so tiring to think about this villain stuff every day. Oh, I lost because I was too busy talking again. But you're improving rapidly. What's more, you're much more talented than you think, in more ways than one. It's not every day I get some praise from you. So what happens to it? Whoop. Oh no, it just clings up to the top. You don't actually get a double jump past that point. So we still need to resolve that problem, don't we? Of the chest on the right side. Anything new to talk about? Not yet. Yeah, we'll go back for that map. Curious. I mean, clearly there's something to go to one level above where we are right now. And so theoretically, I think that ought to be traversable. But that doesn't look all that reachable yet. How about... Hang on. Oh, almost actually. I think that actually is possibly correct. Nope, couldn't quite reach. Feels like it's just short. And I no longer have charges, so I can't do that another time. Feels like that's something that should be reachable. My lord, there are 3 remaining zones left to deal with. How many souls have we dealt with? We've dealt with 5. They are the research center under Agong, the Empyrean district under the Feng Clan, and G's Grotto of Scriptures, where no one has set foot for centuries. I have very little information about the research center at the moment. Due to the extensive damage it has suffered, the entrance has also been obscured. Therefore, I suggest exploring the Grotto or the Empyrean district.
Okay.
We actually have at no point tried to ask for hints here. I didn't even know he was a hint system here. But I knew that there were the obstructions that we couldn't break down in a research center because they kept healing themselves. Anyway, we know about the double jump locations that we haven't been to yet, so this is not news. We're in district through the Sky Tower, the Grotto, through the Agrarian Hall. Yeah, we found both of those entrances, roughly. We just knew that they were obstructed by double jump in both instances. I appreciate this kind of detailed information at this critical time. Thank you for the compliment, my lord. Let's go back to get the Cortex map first. And then... we'll see. I think this actually was the last node, but we'll go this way anyhow. And we'll pay for that chip so we can leave the malfunctioning map unit here alive. Back for the beta chip again? Sure, but give it some rot. Nice, let me shake you a copyright today. And here it is. We'll see what we're missing in the zone. Or rather, no, we need to cache it first and then we'll be able to inspect. We won't be staying on for much else today. We're probably not going to start into the other zones just yet. But we could do a little sweeping. So really only got one thing done today, but it was a good fight, so what can we say? What's going on? Why are you all staring at a portrait? My lord, when Chuan Chuan created his rendition, I took the chance to analyze this painting. There were some unexpected findings. Oh, like what?
Okay.
The style and age of the painting reveals the rather prominent background of the artist. During the turbulent era, a notable scholar warrior protested the growing inequality by robbing vast amounts of property from the nobles of the 9 kingdoms. He disappeared, and it is said that he lived in seclusion on Kunlun Island in his later years. Continue. I believe our artist may have hidden secret clues in this very painting. You mean it's like a treasure map? Exactly. Or to be precise, a treasure poem.
Huh?
What does the poem say? That sounds fun. If you look carefully, there's text written in the background. This is medieval Solarian text. What does it say? Allow me to translate it. Running translation system. Translation complete. My lord, the data has been uploaded to your database.
Oh!
Are you going on a treasure hunt, Yi? Can you bring me with you? I wouldn't get too excited. What if it's a trap? We're totally going on a treasure hunt. Poem hidden in the Immortal's portrait. The wealth of 9 kingdoms hid deep in Kunlun, tucked in a grotto upon the eastern shore. The Fusang cave painting points up to the skies. Keep flying and you'll find treasure galore. Well, I mean, we know the grotto is one of the locations we still have to explore towards anyway, so I'm sure we'll run into the gate for this in good time. In the meantime, let's plug in that chip. Oops. Received. Beginning to parse. Map data. Have you thought of the issues that might arise if I take all the resources? That is none of my business. No wonder you were left here. Okay, let's see what we're missing in Vortex. We got 2 out of 2 already, so actually that gave me no information whatsoever. But it does reveal collectibles in these zones too, because that's color-coded the same way. Got everything here, got everything here, got everything here. So actually, it really did reveal nothing except for the fact that I have already completed collectibles in all these rooms. That's okay, it's good to have that confirmed. We've been reasonably thorough. Anyway, double jump is going to allow me to sweep up a lot of the remaining treasures in previous zones as well. I think we know that. Indeed. Well, we can maybe port to this note here and just do check it. But yeah, clearly there's double jump up in this zone, and got something to look at over here as well, and there's lots to do. Maybe we'll finish up the treasure in this room, and then that can be the last thing we'll deal with for the time being. Because I did pass it very early on as something that seemed like it had to be reached by double jump. If I can remember where that location was. Like this chest right here. Hang on. There we go. Standard component. And 6 out of 6. Yeah, that's it. We're missing something in this area too. I don't know that we would have seen its location or passed it, but that's something we can sweep for as well now that we have more ability to traverse and see exactly which corner it was that I failed to check. But we've been doing alright for collectibles in most cases. A lot more in this room too. This one's all done. Now we port over here. Maybe we can give a quick check to this side. See what that's all about. Hopefully we don't get massively sidetracked by this. Although I suspect we will. So yeah, top left of this room. Let's see how we can do it. Haven't been back here in quite some time. Also, yeah, that's been dealt with already a while ago. Yeah. Well, let's not make such a hash of it. Doing really quite badly here, actually. For such a standard enemy that we should have dealt with so many times by now, but that's okay. Let's make it to the left. Still getting used to the fact that we have a double jump. Always takes a little bit of adjustment at first when you get it late in the game. I guess we should lower this. Water synthesis pipeline panel. And yeah, that just tells you more about this whole system here. And then here's the other information node here. That's Guardian number 2. I feel like this was actually reachable for me before and we just never maybe tried hard enough to get up to that platform. Maybe, I thought I checked it. But we could have missed something that allowed me to traverse. Route. Looks like it's double jump up above, though, if we wanted to wrap around that side. Let's take a look here to see what's going on. Because it seems like it encourages you to go up from this side rather than down from it. And yeah, because if you climb up the rope and you blow all this up, then you actually do have a way. That's right. So if we didn't have our current ability to traverse here with the double jump, the way you were supposed to go here was wrap around on that rope, and I just actually never really checked it properly as a possibility. Oh, let's watch out for the explosions here. Just want to map it out. We don't actually need it at this point. But we've mapped it. And we have all the treasures here, so that does it for that. I guess let's go to this node and we can port somewhere and stop. We do have a second skill point available now in case I want to use it for something like, for example, the knockback recovery, which we have been putting off for far too long. Oh. Yeah, having the 1 point water flow now is extremely beneficial. Yeah, we've been underusing the projectiles in general. Obviously, more Talisman Explosion would be great, but I think it has been crippling for far too long that we don't have this. Also note that with the movement skills all acquired, as I think we suspected from the last cutscene sequence with Lear, that is it for the grades that you get from the roots wrapping around you in their loving embrace. Anyway, let's not forget to use that now that it's available. We have a little bit of cash in hand for upgrades. Need be, but let's go back to consider the possibilities. But it looks like we more or less have to run out of the map at this point, of course, except for stuff like this that we can't seem to reach. So yeah, currently we have enough for an additional 600, so we have 1200 total effectively, exactly. 1200 total if we have something that we want to spend it on. And I don't know that we do. I think we should maybe continue saving it. Unless there's something very critical that I'm forgetting. Yeah, at this point, I think we save up for later. So essentially two possibilities at this point, going up this central shaft and taking care of everything over here in the Grotto of Scriptures, rather the entry to the Grotto of Scriptures, which we've also been given hints about. To that end, I think it's best if we just stop here today. And we have a pretty clear next destination to get to. So thank you for joining me for today's stream. Our pleasure once again to have made it past that wonderful Cortex sequence today. As long as it did take to get through the big fight over there. But it's really been quite a great steady escalation when it comes to dealing with the bosses in this game, and really appreciating just the fullness of the design aesthetically and mechanically. And yeah, glad that woke you up, 06i. But once again, thanks for joining me. We'll continue soon enough, and we'll see how much further we can get next time, now that we have the double jump in hand, or on feet. Have a wonderful time ahead of you in the usual way, and as always, fare thee well.